Acceding to the demands of the crowd, Pilate gave orders that Jesus of Nazareth be put to death. And Judas of Caria, who had betrayed him, saw him condemned. And the weight of 30 pieces of silver grew intolerable. And a man tormented, he went to the temple for the last time.
I have sinned in betraying innocent blood.
What is that to us? See to it yourself.
This is Jesus, the King of the Jews, read the sign. And it was on Golgotha, at the 3rd hour of the day, they crucified him. While he hung on the cross, those who persecuted him came to mock him.
You're the Son of God. Come down from the cross.
Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do.
You are the Christ. Save yourself. Save us.
You not fear God? You who are condemned? You and I are condemned justly. We have received the due rewards of our deeds. But this man, he has done nothing wrong. Jesus, Lord, remember me when you come into your kingdom. Verily I say unto you, today you shall be with me in paradise.
As the hours wore on, the skies began to darken.
He still lives.
Woman, behold thy son. Behold thy mother.
By the 6th hour, there was darkness over all the land. The 7th hour passed, and the 8th.
My God, my God, why have you forsaken me?
I thirst.
Father, into thy hands I commend my spirit. It is finished.
Supplicant Excellency, begging audience. The man Joseph, an honorable consul of Arimathea.
Well, speak up. What is it you wish?
The body of the man Jesus, that I might give it decent burial.
Is he dead already?
Yes, Excellency.
Are you related to him?
No, Excellency.
One of his followers who cried him king?
No, Excellency.
But you are a counselor and a Jew.
Yes.
Then what interested you in the man? Your high priest found him guilty of sacrilege and blasphemy. Your people demanded his death.
Not all the people, only a few. Not our chosen leaders, but those Rome appointed.
You speak with great daring.
I speak what I believe, Excellency. The Nazarene was a kind and gentle man, a learned teacher, a man of truth. Such men I honor as best I can. I have a tomb, my own, new and unused. If Your Excellency would permit,
Let him have the body.
And Joseph of Arimathea took the body of Jesus to a new tomb, hewn from solid rock. And two women watched, Mary, who was the mother of Jesus, and Mary, who came from Magdala. And the chief priests came once more to the procurator.
The man was condemned and executed. What do you want now?
Sir, we remember while that impostor was still alive, he said, "After 3 days I will rise again."
Do you think that he can?
Certainly not. But he has deluded the masses before, and his followers may have plans to steal him away and tell the people he has risen from the dead. And the last fraud will be worse than the first.
And what do you suggest that I should do?
Order that the tomb be made secure until the 3rd day.
Centurion, order an officer and men enough for the task. Now you have a guard of soldiers. Go, make it as secure as you can.
Our most sincere appreciation, Your Excellency, and that of my Lord Caiaphas.
The tomb was made secure to the satisfaction of those who had demanded it. And a guard was placed by it to watch over it.
better go no farther. You mean you stay here with your men?
Orders? I thought you knew.
No.
Caiaphas' idea. He assumes all soldiers can be bribed. Well, I've done harder jobs for the Empire.
Me too. More than I foresaw when I received my first pilot in Gladius.
That's a long time back for both of us.
Long time. A lot of marches, good many scars. You know something? Life on a farm of one's own might not be so unbearable. In Tuscany or Umbria.
Or the Valley of the Po.
The light.
Man, pull yourself together. You tremble, that was all.
No, the figure.
What figure?
I don't know. One with shining robes so bright, I was dazzled. Then
Pilot will never believe this. You'll have to. But all your men tell the same story. Get them ready. I'll go with you. Perhaps I should leave one or more of my men here. To guard what? An empty tomb.
Anything suspicious?
Pairs of soldiers patrolling the streets. None so much as looked up.
I'll stand guard for a while. You'd better get some sleep.
Thank you, Thomas. But I couldn't.
I thought I couldn't either. But once I'd stretched out and closed my eyes.
I close my eyes, I see too many things.
I know. I see them too.
You do?
The hills of Galilee, waters of Gennesaret, the way the Master used to smile.
I see men in the courtyard. Courtyard of Annas.
Why?
Do you remember the last time we dined with the Master?
I'll never forget it.
How he said, you will all fall away. For it is written, I will strike the shepherd, and the sheep will be scattered.
Yes.
And I told him that even if all the others deserted, I would not. You remember what he said then?
I'm not sure I recall it.
He said this very night, before the cock crows twice, you'll deny me 3 times. And I promised him that even if I had to die with him, I would never deny him.
You tried to prevent his arrest. You were the only one who followed when they took him away.
Yes, I followed. To the courtyard of Annas. The gate was open, and I went in and mingled with the guards.
So you told us. It was a daring thing to do.
I didn't tell you all that happened. One of the women's servants brought wine for the guards. She looked at me and she said, you were with the Nazarene in the temple. And I said she was mistaken, that I didn't know the man. Later, when she came back for the empty cups, she looked at me again. She said to the guards, he is one of them. And again I lied, saying I didn't know a rabbi named Jesus. Not far away, a rooster crowed.
And then the guards came to me. They said they could tell by my northern accent that I was from Galilee. And I said, may a curse fall upon me if I know him of whom you speak. And the words were hardly out of my mouth when the cock crowed a second time.
The sky is beginning to lighten. What was that?
The women must be awake. You're not going out. But it's dangerous. You might be seen, recognized.
Whatever the errand, let me go for you.
We go on a mission for women. To the tomb.
No. No, you mustn't.
This is the third day. My son's body must be anointed.
We'll go with you. Wait till I wake the others.
No, Peter. Please.
If you insist.
I wrapped my son in his first swaddling clothes. Now I must.
Be very careful. We hear there are soldiers guarding the tomb.
I know.
They may have orders to arrest all followers of the Nazarene.
He is dead, Peter. What can they do to us now?
Very early on the first day of the week, when the sun had risen, the women went unto the tomb, bearing spices that they might anoint him.
I wonder who will roll away the stone for us.
Perhaps the soldiers will.
Look! They've taken it away.
Do not be amazed. You seek Jesus of Nazareth who was crucified. He is risen. He is not here. See the place where they laid him. Go, tell his disciples and Peter that he is going before you to Galilee. There you will see him, as he told you. Told all that they had seen and heard to the apostles. But their words seemed to the men an idle tale, and they did not believe them.
It's impossible. They don't know what they're saying.
They're worn out, tired.
We should never have let them go without us.
The shock of finding the body stolen, the tomb empty.
If it is empty.
Well, they couldn't have been mistaken about that. Hardly. They've been under a great strain, grief-ridden, sleepless. They thought they heard the voice, but they must have seen the empty sepulcher.
Perhaps. Well, they may have gone to a wrong tomb by mistake.
Always the doubter.
Is it a sin to be certain?
I'll go to the tomb.
I'll go with you.
Alone. There's no use of endangering two men.
If only what the women thought they heard could come true.
Peter went alone unto the tomb. Looking in, he saw the linen cloths by themselves. Wondering at what had happened, he went away. On the evening of that day, the first day of the week, they were together, except for Thomas, who was not with them.
If the authorities are seeking us, they'll be guarding every gate.
I know of the roads to Galilee. Well, we could go one or two at a time. May go with the crowds going home from the feasts.
And if one was caught, they'd comb the city till all the rest were found.
Yes.
No, we'll stay here until they relax their vigilance.
Oh, I agree. I
Yes.
still think that we ought to...
Well, that's my suggestion. If any of you have a better plan.
Peace be with you.
A week passed. The hordes of visitors left the city, and Thomas went to nearby Bethany to tell Lazarus of the apostles' plans to return to Galilee.
Martha, Lazarus, a guest is coming. Welcome, Thomas. 1,000 welcomes.
Thank you. How good to see you, my friend. My house is yours.
We've been so worried about you and the others.
They're in no danger? They're alive?
Come, sit down.
I'll get you some honeyed wine.
Just a cup of cool water will be fine. Now, the others are safe and in good health. Except for Judas. You heard that he'd taken his own life? We heard.
But why did he betray the Master? Why?
I don't know. None of us could guess. Thank you.
More?
Please. It's a hot and dusty walk from the city.
Thomas,
Yes?
for 5-6 days we've been hearing whispers, rumors that Jesus...
Jesus is not dead.
That he's risen from his grave as he prophesied.
Are they true?
Is that what you've come to tell us?
There are those who say they have seen him, spoken to him.
Then it is true.
I don't know.
Well, who are the people? Where did they see him?
Cleophas and his friends swear they walked with the Master on the road to Emmaus.
Cleophas is a man of honor.
Who are the others?
Peter, Andrew, all the others who've traveled with him these past 3 years.
Jesus
Then he does live.
I was not there when he appeared to them. I didn't see him.
But you can't doubt them.
Not your friends, his disciples.
All my life, since I was a small boy, I've been called skeptic, doubter. Unless I have seen or touched or heard for myself.
But you saw him return life to my dead body.
You heard him say that it was by the power of God.
You know it was done for me. How could you doubt that it could be done for the Master?
I want to believe. I want to with all my heart. And yet...
Thomas, come in. We've been waiting for you.
Did everything go well in Bethany?
Yes, I gave our farewells to Lazarus and his sisters. Told them of our plans.
Good.
Lazarus wanted to come back with me.
You didn't let him.
No, I told him that his name was too closely linked with the Master's, that he should stay away from the city.
You did well.
He insists that he's coming early tomorrow, with the merchants bringing their goods to the markets.
Why should he take such a risk?
Yes, why?
He cannot wait to hear from you, all of you, everything you can tell him of what you saw.
Well, why wasn't he satisfied with what you told him? Surely that should be enough.
Because I could only say, they have seen, but I have not.
But if you convinced him you know the Master has risen, lives again.
I could not say I know. Unless I see in his hand the prints of nails and place my finger in the marks of the nails and place my hand in his side, I will not believe.
Peace be with you.
Lord.
Thomas, come to me. Put your finger here and see my hand. Put out your hand and place it in my side. Do not be faithless, but believing.
My Lord and my God.
Have you believed because you have seen me? Blessed are those who have not seen and yet have believed.
For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish, but have everlasting life.